All right, Varsha, let's go ahead and move on to the next slide. We do have a little bit of an icebreaker for you guys again today. So how are y'all feeling? Are you excited to be here? Are you excited that it's Thursday to learn about MuleSoft? Put your the emoji that best describes how you're feeling in the chat. And we have some shortcut keys. So if you're on a Windows, you can press the Windows key and period to launch the icons. If you're on a Mac, you can use the Control plus Command and space bar. Seeing some smileys in there. Seeing a few names I recognize. Welcome, everybody. Looks like most people are pretty happy today. Awesome, awesome. All right, Barsha, next slide. Okay, well, welcome everybody. I am so excited to have you join us again for a breakout session on Oracle as part of Apocero's How to Mule series. If you're brand new to the series and you're not really sure what it is or the goal of the program, don't worry. I will cover everything in a couple of slides, but for today, we actually have a lot to unpack. We'll really be looking at how you can rescale from Oracle into a successful career as a MuleSoft developer. We have two of my colleagues here joining, Shiva and Ashwini, who were previously working in Oracle and are now working at Apocero as MuleSoft resources and have done very well, have been very successful. You can check out their LinkedIns just to see some of the things that they have going on. We'll also kind of break down the technical capabilities and functionalities of the Oracle and MuleSoft platforms, and we'll give you a short little demo of what you can expect from the Anypoint platform. But I want to make sure that I emphasize for you guys to stick around into the end because we always give away some trivia and prizes to go along with the event. So make sure you stick around because you won't have an option to participate in that unless you stay to the very end. So with that being said, let's get started with today's event. All right, so at a high level, many of you are probably wondering who is Apocero and why are we running this series and how can we help you unlock these doors as a MuleSoft developer? So Apocero is actually a strategic MuleSoft partner that is the highest tier of MuleSoft partnership that you can attain. And we are one of the leading partners within the global MuleSoft ecosystem. We were founded in 2016 and have rapidly grown. We now have over 1,000 worldwide team members, of which we have approximately 750 of those MuleSoft certified now, and all of that was achieved in just a little over 5 years, which is tremendous growth. We have a very large presence across Pan-India. We also have satellite offices in various countries throughout the globe, like the UK, Canada, Mexico, Dubai, and Australia. By the end of 2021, so the end of this year, we're actually forecasted to double our employee growth. So we're looking at 2,000 global team members by the end of this year. My colleague Sapna, who heads our L&D function, will talk a little bit more about how you can take advantage of Apocero's world-class internal training and career opportunities a bit later. But for now, we can go ahead and move forward with the next slide. All right, so the question that everybody's asking is, what is this How to Mule series? So it's actually a developer focused series that we created very specific to help individuals from other technologies reskill and learn MuleSoft to showcase just how easy transitioning from your current technology, be that TIBCO or Delboomi, Web Methods, Oracle, SnapLogic, anything like that, how you can take those skills that you might have learned and transition that into a successful career as a MuleSoft developer. And how do we showcase that? Well, we feature live customer and developer success stories like the stories you'll hear today from Shiva and Ashwini. We also go over some best practices. We offer you free training and learning resources. And as kind of a bonus of attending today's event, you will all be receiving an exclusive invite to join one of our API workshops that's kind of geared towards enabling you to kickstart that journey in MuleSoft. So if you've made it to this webinar, congratulations. Just want to say that you've taken the first step to becoming a MuleSoft certified developer, and we can't wait to help you kind of follow that journey and see how you develop. I actually see someone on this webinar right now. His name is Gotham, who was one of the very first attendees. He has attended, I believe, every single event that we've had since the very beginning in May. And he can attest that this series works because guess what? He is now a MuleSoft certified developer. He can write his own little testimonial if he wants in the chat. I'd love to see it. Unfortunately, we can't give you guys audio permissions with how the Zoom is set up. But Gotham is here. He is joining, and he is a live success story from the benefit of this program and how we're helping you guys kind of reskill from whatever background you come in into MuleSoft certified resources. So that's kind of my spill on the How to Mule program. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to put them in the chat or in the Q&A section. I will be monitoring that along with our guest panelists today. First, we can go on to the next slide, please. So as I mentioned, I am joined by my colleagues, Shiva and Ashwini. They are both solutions architects at Apicero. They're both very strong MuleSoft resources and have incredible breadth of knowledge and skills. You'll hear their own testimonies. You've probably seen them across the MuleSoft pages if you follow the Mule Devs on LinkedIn or even the MuleSoft LinkedIn page. You will see that they are frequently across those social channels. They run and lead MuleSoft meetups. They're both recognized as MuleSoft mentors as a part of MuleSoft's new MuleSoft mentor program. And they're just really awesome people. I'm so glad to have them here with us today to be able to talk to you guys and show you kind of that real life glimpse of how they navigated their journey into MuleSoft. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Shiva.
All right. Thanks, Savannah. I'm audible, right, guys?
Yes, Shiva, you're good.
All right. Thank you, Savannah. All right. So a bit background about myself. I have like 9 years of experience with IT and have been working for a long time, around 8 years in Oracle, right? And in parallel with MuleSoft, I started my journey around 2016 with MuleSoft, but my career started somewhere in 2012 with Oracle. I have a lot of experience with Oracle ERP, SOA suites, ICS, and apart from other interface or integration technologies, right? So this Oracle journey of mine started in 2012, as I said, as a technical ERP consultant, and I worked for firms like UHG, NHS UK, and I was handling the complete Oracle workshop in terms of ERP, or I can say all the integration, ESBs, OSBs, and everything. And but yeah, now as part of this transition from Oracle to MuleSoft, I am completely into MuleSoft now, and I work as a solution architect now for MuleSoft, and I'm currently implementing, designing a lot of solutions for a lot of clients, which we have at Apicero. That is a bit of background for me. Varsha, can we go to the next slide, please? Yeah, so I will talk about the journey, how I started MuleSoft in 2016, somewhere around February, if I remember correctly. So I was working for NHS UK at that time, and at that we had started, we implemented 3.6 version of Mule there, and it was in collaboration or in parallel with Oracle ERP. And so we were using on a very small scale at that point, where major part was done in ERP, and the whole orchestration of data used to happen with MuleSoft. But later, what happened? We NHS wanted to scale up, and we found MuleSoft to be very useful in orchestrating, transforming, and it was much simpler than what we used to do in Oracle SOA and ICS. Though it came, it got that hype later. But at that time, in 2016, I started this whole transition, and this started with NHS UK. It turned out to be a great success for NHS UK, and I guess from there, the interest and you can say the kind of work and the excitement of working with the new tech, it brought me here. And this is like it has been more than 5 years now with MuleSoft, and it has been a great transition journey for me. Vasha, can we go to the next slide, please? All right. So as I said, that this transition started in 2016, right? And so before Epicenter, of course, I mean, I was working on a lot of integrations, technology stack, a lot of technology stacks, which include not only MuleSoft, but also like Telbumi, Oracle HCM, ERP, SOA, SOA8, ICS, AOIC, OIC, and other things like blockchain technology and everything, right? And then after NHS UK, the project, I went to join EY and I did a lot of projects there. I did set up the practice for EY GDS for MuleSoft, and I guess that was the place where things really started to shape up, and the career started, went into the upward trajectory. And this whole paradigm shift of MuleSoft happened in that zone somewhere. It would be around 2017, I would say, that the focus completely changed to MuleSoft and developing designing solutions around that. Now, as of now, I mean, after 5 years of working with MuleSoft, and I guess I currently handle multiple projects in terms where I'm designing a lot of projects. I'm designing the solutions, designing the whole ecosystem, which is built around MuleSoft, and it is really fun, and it has been, you can say, most exciting journey of my career, as I say. Arsha, can we go to the next slide, please? Yeah, so as I said, I work as a solution architect here at Epicenter, and my day-to-day activities basically are to, they start from where we get the requirements from the client. We do initial discovery phase with the client. We see what the client wants. We propose a lot of solutions to clients, and then what happens that those documentations and those diagrams, future state and everything, those are converted into deliverables, and then we start with writing the user stories and everything. And after that, those all functional aspects are converted into technical deliverables, and I design basically the ecosystem which is revolving around MuleSoft. And of course, I look into some of the pieces where there are technical challenges or there are technical debts of for MuleSoft. That is my day-to-day activity as working in here in Epicenter. All right, so I will invite Ashwini to speak about her background and her journey. Over to you, Ashwini.
Sure. Thanks, Shiv, for that overview. It is really interesting, your journey, right? So hello, everyone, and I'm Ashwini Lakshmikanta, and I'm happy to share my technical journey with you today, right? So yeah, personally, I would like to start with my personal way, right? So I'm blessed with the two princes as a working mother, and I'm based out of Bangalore, okay? So that's a little overview about me. And I come with 15 years of IT experience, and specifically in integration for over a decade now, yeah? So started with Java J2E for until 6 years, and later moved to integration space. So starting from IBM SOA and later into Oracle SOA, both 11G as well as 12C, and later again into Oracle Integration Cloud. So it is a complete iPaaS solution, right, from Oracle, and now predominantly into MuleSoft. Okay, so I joined Epicero from Oracle as a senior solution architect, right? So that's been my work overview. Vasha, can we move forward? Yeah, thank you. So coming to my learning curve, I strongly believe learning is a continuous process. I'm sure you all agree to this, right? So though I'm a working mother of 2 kids, apart from my day-to-day activities, I ensure to keep up to the technology space. So, so why I'm highlighting this? Because it's not an easy task for a working mother to manage technical aspects as well as work, right? So I am TOGAF certified enterprise architect as well as Mule certified platform architect. And it's only that we have to just come out of our comfort zone and spend some little time and stretch and upskill ourselves, right? So I know it's very challenging, but where there is a will, there is definitely a way. I hope you all agree to me, right? So apart from my regular technical journey and work, I also enjoy playing instrumental veena. So that's a hobby, right? I also do cooking, and I love cooking. So that's about my hobbies. And I joined Epicero with actually a mixed feeling, I was a little worried, like I've never worked on MuleSoft, and I'm joining an organization which is predominantly focusing only on MuleSoft. So how would it be? Little very confused, okay? And so once I made a strong decision and I joined Epicero, okay? So when I joined Epicero, it was a little worried and mixed kind of a feeling, okay? But this fear was overcome with Epicero because they assured that they're going to provide us MuleSoft training. Okay, and so as told, they provided me MuleSoft training, and when I started working with MuleSoft, I started liking it. It's pretty easy, when you come with an integration or a base programming language skill background, it's very easy to catch up MuleSoft. It's not very challenging. So, so this I started liking. I had got a passion towards MuleSoft, right? So this made me actually get into training mentors, being a mentor, a program, and much more. Okay. Yes, Varsha, can you please move ahead? So I believe, so I do the very best I know, okay, how to do it, right? So just like the saying goes by Abraham Lincoln there. So once this training and certification program was organized by Epicero, it gave me a lot of strength, okay? And I was very confident that I can do much more beyond than what is expected in my day-to-day activities, okay? So as soon as the training was over, I got into project and explored a lot other capabilities of MuleSoft. And I'm today happy and confident to tell you that I'm delivering for multiple projects, okay? And also delivering training for internal lateral joinees within Epicero. So I have covered close to 75 plus sessions internally, which Epicero for lateral hirees when they joined, right? So, and also now an official mentor. It's just been a little more than a year that I've been into MuleSoft technology, right? And I'm really happy to share this knowledge. So because it's not very challenging or very difficult. That's the takeaway, what I want to highlight here, right? Varsha, can we move ahead? Yeah. So prior to MuleSoft, I was working in Oracle, primarily customer-facing enterprise architect role, supporting clients across EMEA and Japan, and helping them providing solutions across SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. Because I'm sure you all know we had Oracle is a complete red stack, right? And so this migration from Oracle required a mindset shift, and that definitely worked out, right? And here in Epicero, I'm delivering 3 projects and 8 clients, or close to 8 clients I've worked before, and every project is a different learning. So it's nothing like concrete or fixed. We learn when we are deputed on the projects also. So it's a good learning curve for us in Epicero here. That's what I wanted to highlight. Yeah. So if you are wondering how my day-to-day activities look like, so some of the activities include like designing, developing of the APIs, setting up platforms, environments, designing the complete ecosystem for a few clients, including the solution architecture, implementing and enforcing best practices, doing code reviews, design reviews, and definitely we have regular client interactions. Okay, so this is just typically how my day would look like. And it is definitely not a complete list. Things get on added in your day-to-day schedule, but this is at high level, this is how my day looks like. Okay, so it's very aligned and streamlined process. That's what I wanted to highlight here. Yeah, over to Shiva. So now I hand it over to Shiva to share his experience. How was his transition journey?
All right. Varsha, can we move ahead to the next slide, please? Yep. Okay. So let's take Oracle Source Suite for an example. If I talk about transitioning, a lot of people from Oracle would be familiar with Oracle Source Suite, right? I mean, I guess everybody who started working on Oracle integration, they started there only, and then they move on to tech stack like ICS or AOIC or OICs, right? So I also started somewhere there, and it was the way things have changed from there. I'll talk about Source Suite for some time. So if I talk about on-prem Source Suite, it was basically a monolithic architecture, right? All the applications getting deployed onto the same server, and if that server needs a reboot, right? So all the services were getting affected. That is one one drawback we always used to see with monolithic architectures. As we move ahead from monolithic architectures, we started talking about containerization and talk about microservices based architecture, right? But when we talk about microservices based architecture, it's like it has a lot of components. It's just not that the applications are getting deployed to several containers, right? It's also to include various other aspects of it, where we talk about gateways, we talk about monitoring, we talk about logging, and we talk about security features, a lot of other things. It's just not the transition of monolithic architecture to microservice based architecture, right? It's more than that, and it takes a lot of things. In today's world, if I remove MuleSoft, I guess even for other technology stacks, you will need a lot of number of products which might be coming from different vendors, right? To create that whole ecosystem, because not every technology stack out there has everything which is in one stop shop, you can say. MuleSoft is in that way, that it is a complete one stop shop. You have everything at one place. You just take the license for any one platform, and you are pretty much set up to go. And it's like the Anypoint Studio, Anypoint platform. These two components are the only thing which you require to set up everything which is in terms of integrations you want. And I guess the type of connectors we have, which are out of the box, that list is huge. And the way MuleSoft has been providing the accelerators in terms of connectors to a lot of systems, in terms of Salesforce to Oracle ERP, or a lot of other things, right? So those things have changed, and the perspective of designing the applications and the way we were interacting with systems which are legacy systems, or which are ERP systems or CRMs or HCM, right? Nowadays we have like Workday to support HCM and all. So things have changed from there. I mean, we have changed from adapters to connectors, and then fault handlers to error handlers in MuleSoft. Then data mappers, visual data mappers, or we have changed to data V, which is a very strong language in terms of transforming the data, right? Then when we say embedded API gateway, which I mentioned, that it has an embedded API gateway. You don't really need to buy a different API gateway to monitor or to keep the track, or to provide an interface to your applications, right? Then change in it has not been just a change of perspectives, how you design the systems or how you design the ecosystem. It is also the way we have changed that how the architecture is set up, and how how things have eased out in terms of MuleSoft, rather than coming from other tech stacks. And that is, I guess, that covers the whole part of transition, which I say when I say that it's just not monolithic architecture or to microservice based architecture, but it is way beyond more than that. Varsha, can we go to the next slide, please? All right. So DevOps adoption, or okay, let's talk about a bit of comparison what we have here, right? Let's talk about DevOps adoption. So MuleSoft, so MuleSoft comes with like it is DevOps ready. You need to set up few servers of, like, you can take any CI, you can take Jenkins, you can take GitLab or anything, right? Oracle SOA, I mean, they support everything though, but now, I mean, this whole thing started with MuleSoft, where we were trying to do this containerized approach of deploying applications, right? Then integrations to backend system. of course, MuleSoft has connectors and so Oracle has adapters. Then message interchange is, you can say transformation basically, which is data weave in MuleSoft, and then we have XSL TRX query in Oracle SOA, right? Components are here, we have the ESP. Oracle SOA is wider in terms of we have DPL, OSP, ESP, and everything, right? Then IDE, where we develop all the applications, as in Anypoint Studio, which is also built on Eclipse, and as in JDeveloper, which is also somewhere in parallel, or it is a part of that family itself. Then Footprint, of course, it's an open source ESP and lightweight and everything. Then Oracle SOA had few components which are resource heavy and which consumed more resources in terms as far as Oracle SOA and MuleSoft comparison is concerned. I guess I covered pretty much in terms of comparison. Varsha, can we move to the next slide, please? All right. Ashwini, I'll need you back to give some tips.
Yeah, thanks, Shiva, for that identifying the differences and letting us know like how Mule is an ESB and how Oracle is the complete stack. But predominantly, it has pretty lightweight, and we have a lot of other capabilities in MuleSoft, right? So because of its restless, it's stateless, and it's very lightweight, right? And we have almost all the name it. We have a connector for that, just like we have adapters. A very good comparison, very nice insight. Thank you for that, Shiva. So let's go ahead and see a live example of how simple and how easy it is to actually build an API in MuleSoft, right? So yeah. Let me just share my screen. Just give me a minute. Yeah. So I hope you're able to see my screen.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. So this is called Anypoint Platform. Okay. So once we have to just sign up. Okay, you can just click on sign up. It just takes your what username you want to create, an email ID, and a password for that. Okay, you can just sign up for the free trial, and then once you log in, this is called Anypoint Platform. Okay, so this is nothing but a control plane in MuleSoft. Yeah, and it's pretty easy to build any API. So you see a lot of services here. Okay, these are all nothing but all your services or REST APIs which can be reused and consumed across for further implementation. Now, let me just quickly click on Design Center. Just give me a minute. So this Design Center is basically a web-based interface for designing and documenting, testing, and sharing the API specification and fragments. It's very intuitive. Okay, so I will just create a new API specification here, give it a name. Okay, say I'll say hello API. Okay, and then you have two options here. Okay, so you have something called I'm comfortable designing it on my own. So it basically supports two types of specifications. That is your RESTful API modeling language, that is your RAML, and then it also supports open API specification. Okay, so once we create and MuleSoft also follows this API-led connectivity approach. Okay, so it's all driven by APIs. Okay, so I'll just simply I'll click on I'm comfortable creating it on my own and create API specification. Okay, so it'll just create a project for you. Yes. So you get a structure here, right? Okay, so it'll basically help you with all the templates and what you can actually go ahead and implement, right? So it'll give you the description. For example, I will just say hello world. So this will be basically my optional resource. And within that, I get all the methods which I can actually, these are all the HTTP verbs, okay? So which for what operation I'm intending to create this API for, okay? For example, let's take a get and then see what type of responses we want. See, this is very handy for us to actually build any application or an API, okay? You don't need any deep technical expertise to build an API here, okay? So I'll just simply click on body and I can give a description here, okay? For example, I will just select what would my body look like. So is it an application JSON or an application XML? And then select that, and probably I can actually send a type. Okay. So yeah, this we can just keep on building on this. So I have it handy. So let me quickly share this. So I've just built one API, simple API, which basically tells my structure of the API, which does a get operation on my optional resource hello world, and then it has a body, which is of type returns of the type hello world response, which is of type string. Okay. So here you can actually see the documentation of how your API looks like. Okay, you can simply click on show endpoints and see what operations you've included. Okay? And apart from that, you can also enable mocking service to actually test your application, how you have actually implemented it. Okay. And once your API specification is ready, so this is my API specification. Okay. So I can make it available on a public portal. Okay. So I can just simply copy the link and then it automatically saves, by the way. Okay. There's no need of saving it explicitly. It's all UI driven. It's all done on browser. Okay. So you can simply copy this URL and test it on your browser and give the resource hello world. Okay, see my message hello world is just as quickly populated. So how does it enable us? You could also do the same testing here as well. So you can simply click your endpoints here and you can click on this try it. Okay, so if you just click on try it, you can actually simply just go and see how your message or the response looks like. Okay, and then you can just go to the browser and click it. So it will basically give you a mocking service through which your application will be having less defects. Okay, it will be because you can create an API specification first and then do the implementation. It's called the design first approach. Okay, and it also follows this API-led architecture, right? So MuleSoft has this division of your experience API for front-ending applications. We have process API for business logic, and we have system API for backend applications. So since it's all driven by APIs, designing an API is just a fraction of few seconds. Okay, it's as simple as that. Okay, it's not very complicated. And once your API is ready, you can always publish it to Exchange as an asset for consumption by other users within your organization. Okay, for example, I just give it a version, asset version, and I'll say V1, and then say publish it to Exchange. So once you publish it to Exchange, it'll basically available as an asset for reusability. So you can do code promotion and reusability using a click of buttons, right? As simple as that. So I hope this is very useful and it's just to show you the capability of Anypoint platform, how easy it is to actually create and design an API. Okay. So apart from these, we also have multiple other components. Okay. So for example, we have an Exchange where you see a lot of assets that are being shared across organizations. You have data graph and we have access management. API manager is a place where we can create the policies and security, and we can create API groups. Okay. And then runtime manager is where all your Mule implementations reside, and monitoring and visualizer is an add-on capability where you can actually see the application complete app network within MuleSoft. Okay, so this is like a complete, you can also design your Mule implementations using Design Center here. It's basically, this is called Cloud Hub, which is basically a smaller subset of Anypoint platform, I would say, okay, where you can actually create and manage your complete lifecycle of your MuleSoft or Mule implementations through browser, equivalent to Oracle integration cloud. Yeah. Any questions? Any doubts? I think that was a very quick overview of Anypoint platform. Yes. And Varsha, can we please go ahead and continue? So basically, what all resources did I refer to for actually getting learned or spending some effort on learning MuleSoft? So for data weave, we use for message transformations, just like we have XQuery and XPath within Oracle SOA, we have data weave transformations here. Okay, and MuleSoft Docs is very excellent place where you have complete documentation of every minute aspect, whether it be how you deploy, how you manage your application, everything is very detailed. Okay, and here is a resource for data weave. I usually go to mulesay.com where we have a lot of examples. Okay, where we can download. There's a very detailed description of how if you want to use file connector or file adapter, or if you want to do complex batch processing, how you can do it. All of these examples, which can be downloaded and imported in Anypoint Studio, is available. You can always refer to MuleSoft blogs, and Catalyst Knowledge Hub is a portal where within MuleSoft where you can have tremendous amount of knowledge you get about MuleSoft. Okay. And if you ask me what were the challenges or obstacles or what I had not done before and what I've learned here is, for example, MuleSoft is tightly coupled with Maven. Okay. And it intentionally uses Maven libraries to download your application-specific jar files. Okay. And we can use any repository, GitHub, maybe GitHub, Azure repository, Bitbucket, or it is compatible with most of the code repositories. And we can use Jenkins, Azure pipelines for building up our CI/CD pipelines. Okay. We also support JFrog Artifactory as well as Nexus Artifactory for storage of your MuleSoft assets. Okay, so if you're just comfortable and we just learn or evolve with the project and learning, right? So if this is the initial stage or steps where you can actually log in and get a lot of resources for yourself. Yeah, over to Shiva now.
Yeah, this is the most interesting part, guys. Believe me. So I guess we have some rules for this trivia. The answers will be put in the chat, and the first it is first come first serve basis. Whosoever answers it first gets the reward. All right, ready for the first question, Varsha? The first question, please. All right, what is the latest acquisition which Salesforce made this year? Clock's ticking. All right.
Do we have the answer?
Yeah.
Correct one.
Yes.
I am sure we have
Yeah.
answers, but the right one. Okay.
We have the
Yeah, the right ones.
Sorry, but people were smart enough not to type the whole thing and just start the option. All right. Okay. Varsha, can you put a marker for the next trivia question on the chat?
I've got it. Yeah, I'll do it.
Thanks, Ivana.
So it is Service Trace, guys. MuleSoft just announced this acquisition, or Salesforce just announced this, I want to say within the last couple of weeks. The first person that I see to correctly answer is Shweta. I'm not going to try and pronounce your last name because I will mess it up, but it starts with a B and I have it listed. So do not worry there. We will make sure.
Must be
That
Shweta
you,
Bhanushali.
yes,
Yeah.
that one. See, there's no way I could pronounce that last name. All right, I'm going to put a marker for trivia 2. There we go. All right, let's move on to the next question.
Yep. So with what name MuleSoft was founded? Let's see the answers. OMG. People really know that. Wait to see that time. Okay. Guys, this is a tricky one. Make sure you're typing the right answer. All right. All done?
Yeah, I see a lot. We can go ahead, Varsha.
Oh, Varsha, go ahead. All right. People might have missed with a bit the confusion between an LLC and Inc. That would differentiate that. So LLC limited liability partner, basically. Sorry, Savannah. I
Yeah.
missed. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, no, go ahead, Shiva.
All right.
Just going to say, I see Mukesh Barnwall. That's the first correct answer that I see on my end. So that's what I have down.
Yeah. Just that's
Let
right.
me put a marker. Trivia number 3. Give me 1 second, guys. There we go.
Varsha,
All right, Varsha, go ahead. Last one, guys.
All right. So what type of solution is MuleSoft? Is it a SaaS solution, PaaS solution, IaaS solution, or an iPaaS solution? Clock's ticking. I really should have put a counter out here.
That's okay. I already see the right answer. these guys are always quick to respond, so fast to respond. That's why we started adding the little trivia dashes so that we could keep track of who's responding when. But we can, good job, Varsha. It is an iPass solution. And I actually see Mukesh again, but Mukesh, you cannot win twice. So I'll be moving on to Kalyani. That is our
Shweta, sorry, Savannah, I guess the first answer after the dots, right? Vikas Kumar, I guess.
No, not on my end. I have
Uh,
Urmi, Sandeep, Mukesh, and Sai, and then Kalyani. And Kalyani is the first one after Mukesh to answer C.
no, okay. You might be looking at the wrong things, then maybe. All right, so I guess we have all the winners. I guess we made the note of it. All right, Savannah.
Yes.
Yes, I have everybody's pick up.
Perfect then. Thank you so much, guys, for participating. What's your next slide, please?
Mukesh gets 2 prizes. I wish Mukesh, but we have to share. You can join the next event and try and win again.
All right, so you can see your prizes. You will be receiving this prize soon.
Yeah, we will. We do try to send out the trivia prizes within 48 to 72 hours. Keep in mind that that's business hours since today is Thursday. But the team should have something over to you by end of day Monday, I would say.
Okay. All right. I guess that's the part where my part ends and Sapna comes in. Sapna, over to you.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Thank you, Ashwini. Very, very well spoken, very relevant too, I think, and very interesting to know more bits about the two of you and Oracle as well. So thank you very much. Ashwini, like she said, supports the L&D team a lot with a lot of the training that we do. And so I'm going to walk you through what you can hope to learn. And you will have the likes SMEs, subject matter experts like the likes of Ashwini, who will also be involved in your training progress if you were to join Epicero. So I'll tell you about what we do. My name is Sapna and I'm heading the learning and development at Epicero. So the learning and development path at Epicero, when you join, it runs for approximately about 5 weeks. Okay, the first 2 weeks covers the Anypoint platform development fundamentals course, okay, where basic concepts of the API-led connectivity approach to build an application network are touched upon, along with its importance in today's world of technology, information. So you get to know all of that. And so the basic course covers concepts, walkthroughs, hands-on, working to build fundamental concepts of your API development lifecycle in MuleSoft development. And this will enable you to take the MuleSoft Certified Developer Level 1 certification. Okay, MuleSoft offers this program as a 5-day course. It's a 40-hour course, 40 hours of learning. But what we do at Epicero is we offer it as a 10-day program. So we've made it 2 weeks literally with 40 hours of learning, where you do 4 hours of instructor-led learning in the morning and 4 hours of DIY or hands-on learning, because we do believe that people need to learn in depth. In addition to this, once you complete the, the basic fundamentals course, where you finished your learning, before you go in for certification, we take you through what we call the bare essentials. This is a 3 to 5 day program where we provide an overview on concepts like securing APIs, JWT, CI/CD, OAuth, and many more. Okay, so the bare essentials helps you build the foundation required. After the ends where you've learned the fundamentals, it builds a further foundation where the concepts are discussed. And then you move on to what we call the doctor's developer track. This is a 7 to 10 day program. And the doctor's developer track is more of a deep dive. So you learn a lot more. You go and do a deep dive on the high-level concepts that have been touched upon, and with a lot more hands-on experience, case studies, demos, etc. And this is where you have a lot of our subject matter experts. They actually step in from the time you reach bare essentials. they step in to guide you and take you through. So just as Ashwini showed you, the Hello World API just now, there's a lot more that she will show you in real time. She and other, experts like her will be showing you in real time. So you get to learn from the best. You get to learn exactly what needs to be done. And they give you a lot of tips and tricks as well as you're working through. So the methodology followed includes a lot of learning circles and impromptu quiz in class. We also do a lot of dipstick surveys where the facilitator asks questions. So we are gauging your learning as well as the learning goes along. So we provide you with assignments, and these assignments again reviewed by our experts on the panel. They understand where you are at, they provide feedback as well. And then there is an assessment that is done at the end where we're basically, so we look at, we look at design, we look at implementation, we look at coverage, we look at presentation and approach. So these are the different criteria we look at, and then you are given, your responses to your assignment. So that's how you are assessed. And while you're being assessed on that, we also look at it almost like a CGPA kind of a scoring. So there's a lot of weightage given, and we provide you with a lot of tools as well as you're going through the learning process. We also do soft skills enablement sessions to enhance the quality of your client interaction and, to be able to boost your productivity and your self-confidence as well. So while we are doing the training, we also provide a lot of, we have a lot of in-house tests that have been curated, which assessments which help you and enable you to go ahead and take your certification exam. So before you complete your training, the 5-week program, you've also got yourself certified. So you've got your MuleSoft certification as a developer. So the MCD level 1 certification is completed. And we enable you, we provide you with a lot of feedback. We provide you with internal tests and assessments. And we also have trainers who will come in and even enable you one-on-one if required, depending. And that kind of feedback is provided so that you're now ready, and you've also been able to get enough hands-on working and experience to be able to actually get onto projects. And that is when we take you through and deploy you to projects. So within the time frame, we ensure that the certification is complete. And additionally, within 1 month of completing the certification, Ashwini spoke about the data weave training. We also provide you with a 4-day data weave training within 1 month of having completed your certification, because this is the one aspect where data weave is the only coding aspect, if you will. So we're getting you deep dive and more comfortable with that as well. Of course, there are a lot more trainings that are also on offer, but this is the basic level fundamentals when you come in initially. Okay, this is what some of our employees are saying about the training that we offer. So Pankaj Nanda, our senior solution consultant, he said this is one of the best training programs across the industry. To be honest, I have never had any training in my entire career which covered such broad aspects of any technology. The course was very well laid out and helped a lot in understanding the concepts. Then we have Arvind, who's also spoken about it. He's a senior software engineer as well. He said, as someone new to MuleSoft, I was very comfortable during the training and confident at the end of it. That is most important. We realize confidence is critical, both when you're going for certification, as well as when you're going in to join your projects, as well as when you're getting in to be able to deliver. So yes. The next slide, please. Yeah, so in terms of starting your journey, what are your next steps? You will need to the breakout series, the Mule breakout series. Do we have other sessions also planned, Varsha, coming forward?
Yes, Sapna, we do have another sessions coming up after this one. So we've already done web methods, StepCo, and today was Oracle. We'll do maybe on Dell Boomi and then Snap Logic and so on.
Very good. Excellent. Thank you. So once you've attended the How to Mule breakout series, like Savannah spoke, do attend our free half-day API workshop, which is led by Epicero, where we have our trainer come in and train you. Workshop attendees receive a certification examination voucher, so you are able to attend it as well. And we also recommend that you complete the free self-paced Anypoint platform fundamentals course that's available on training.mulesoft.com. The next slide, please. Yeah. So our trainer, Ankita Mishra, who is excellent, really, and who's actually, and some of the people here, and I think Gautam, you'll vouch for her. Okay, she will take the free half-day API workshop, okay, where we will train you on MuleSoft. And then once you complete that, you can go ahead and take the certification examination as well. So the training is scheduled for the 17th of September from 11 a.m. through to 2 p.m. India IST, okay, India Standard Time. And yeah, please check your inbox for registration. Any more questions, Varsha?
No, I don't have questions, but yeah, anyone from the audience, if you still have questions, we are happy to help. You can reach out to me at varsha.chauhan@epicenter.com, or you can reach out to Savannah at savannah.williamson@epicenter.com.
We'll be happy to help you, and we really look forward to receiving communication from you.
Yeah, thank you guys. I do have a couple of polls before everyone kind of signs off. If you would stay for just one more minute, I'd really appreciate your feedback. So I'm going to launch a couple. I just sent out one. You should see that popping up on your screen now. I'll give it about a minute for each poll. And like I said, guys, these polls really help us to kind of better our program, to see where we are, to obviously check in with you guys and to see if you're enjoying our webinar series or how we can progress that in the future. So I'd really appreciate your participation and your feedback. I'm going to give it about 30 more seconds to allow everyone a chance to participate, and then I'll close this poll and launch another poll. Seeing a good mix for our How to Mule attendees. We have 61 right now who are first time attendees. I didn't realize that. Welcome everybody. I did see a lot of people whose names I recognized from a couple of the past ones, but always glad to welcome new aspiring muleys to our series. I'm going to close out this poll. Feel free to also put comments and everything in the chat. There we go. Let me launch the next one. You should have another poll pop up on your screen any moment now. This one's just asking how interested you are in kickstarting your career in MuleSoft on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being obviously very interested, you're ready to go and learn more, and 1 being not so interested, you just really just kind of came to the event to see what all the fuss was about on social. So about 20 more seconds there, guys, and then I'll launch the very last one before we close out today's event. All right, I'm going to close out this poll. It does look like most people are very interested in MuleSoft, which is great. It means you're in the right place here at our How to Mule series. And 67% of you are ready to start your journey. So we are more than happy to help you and kind of guide you along that new path. Let's see. All right, one more. Last question, I promise, guys. About 30 more seconds on this last question. then we will close out for the day. Right on time too. It doesn't happen frequently, guys, so we did a great job with time management today. All right, so we have a good mix from the Oracle background. Most of you guys are relatively new to the software, but I do see 14% of you have actually been working with Oracle for a while, which is always very interesting. All right, that was our last poll for today. After we close out the webinar, you will receive an email. You'll receive an email, an automated email from the Zoom system that you registered with. It will have a feedback link. If you could please take that. Again, it's a very short survey. I want to say it's 5 to 10 questions. It shouldn't take you any more than 2 minutes. Just some of those data analytics that'll help us improve in certain areas. For the next breakout series that we host, Varsha will also be sending out the link to the recording, and we'll be getting in touch with the trivia winners from today's session over the next couple of days. Like I said, please give us until Monday to reach out to you guys with everything. And if you don't hear from us after that point, please feel free to reach out to me directly. If you are interested in any career opportunities with Apacera and you'd like to discuss this further, also reach out to me. I'm more than happy to route you in the correct direction with our TA and recruitment teams. But outside of that, I wish you all a great afternoon, evening, day, wherever time zone you're in. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you next time. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Shiva. Thanks, Ashwini. Thanks, Sapna.
Thank you,
Everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
All.
Bye-bye.